Breaking news coming out today that U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, he has postponed his trip to Israel amid information coming out today as the United States is concerned that there could be war starting with Lebanon. And this comes as today we're hearing that the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Israel, the leader has said that Israel's pager attack has amounted to an official declaration of war between the two nations. And we are now hearing that the IDF, Israel, is saying that they have approved their plans for war attacks in the north. They have approved it, saying they're prepared to move forward. And a lot of people are concerned, is this going to be the beginnings of World War III? Let me know. Do you believe that World War III has already started? We're hearing the United States saying that there is now approvals, and as a result of what is unfolding in the Middle East, that they are postponing their trip out to Israel because there are major concerns that we could be heading to all-out conflict and war with what has just unfolded with the pager attacks that have folded against Hezbollah. So I'm going to be sharing with you the latest information on this. These articles are going to be linked in the description below. I cite all the sources, reference them, so that way you can see it is the latest. This article coming out about the United States taking this stance of not going out to the Middle East coming out 2 hours ago. This one where the Hezbollah leader has said that Israel's pager attacks amounted to a declaration of war, just coming out in the past 3 hours. And also this one that Israel is now saying that they have approved plans to start attacking up in the north. This one just coming out a little while ago, earlier today as well. So all this information unfolding today, September the 19th, 2024. Like I said, these are going to be linked in the description below, and I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as we're hearing that things are intensifying with those pager attacks that exploded, specifically targeting leaders of Hezbollah that had those pagers, those wireless devices. And now the United States is saying they're canceling their trips to Israel because they are preparing for conflict, and we are hearing plans for attacks, for battles and war. They are now being approved. And like I said, Nasrallah saying this is declaration of war. So let me go ahead and share with you the latest on this. Now, do me a favor before I dive right in. If you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything, take a second, hit that like button for me. I see we've got 1,535 people with me live. Just help spread this out further. I know this is not the news that anybody wants to hear, but if you appreciate it, please take a second, hit that like button, spreads this out further so more people can get the latest information. And to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And also, if you want to stay connected on the newsletter, be sure to join me at www.steveramnews.com, sending out weekly updates. So that way, just in case social media platforms, YouTube, various forms of communication go down, you can also get that newsletter as well, trying to keep people in the loop of everything that is going on. And like I said, these updates coming out in just the past couple of hours, and a lot of people concerned of the escalation that is unfolding and what this could lead to. If you think World War III has already started or we are on the brink of it, put a 3 in the comments. But we're hearing that things are intensifying. War is being approved. And so let me go ahead and share with you the latest on this. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So first, let's discuss the United States' stance on this, what they are saying. This just coming out 2 hours ago. This particular article coming out from Axios says U.S. Defense Secretary has postponed his trip to Israel amid the U.S.'s concern of war unfolding with Lebanon. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has postponed his visit to Israel that was planned for early next week due to the escalation in fighting on the Israeli-Lebanese borders. 2 Israeli officials briefed on the matter told Axios. Now, the Biden administration is highly concerned at this time that the fighting on the Israeli-Lebanese border is escalating into all-out war between Israel and Hezbollah. So they are saying, you guys, this is no longer conflict, missiles going back and forth. This is going to all-out war. This is the concern being vocalized in the past couple of hours by the Biden administration. This is not from other nations. This is the United States. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin stating this coming out just a couple hours ago, today, September the 19th, 2024. In recent days, the U.S. has been sending messages to Israel and Hezbollah publicly and privately about the need to stop the escalation, the U.S. officials have said. So the U.S. at this time, as I mentioned, very concerned with what is unfolding. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said on Thursday, today, at the end of the meeting in Paris with the French foreign minister, that the U.S. calls on all parties to maintain restraint and avoid escalation on the border between Israel and Lebanon. Now, Austin was supposed to arrive in Israel on Sunday and meet with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant, as well as visit several other countries in the region, Israel officials had said. Now, on Wednesday, Austin spoke on the phone with Gallant, discussed the situation in Lebanon and Gaza, and informed him of his decision to postpone the trip, Israel officials have said. A Pentagon spokesperson said that Austin told Gallant that priority should be given to reaching a deal to release the hostages held by Hamas and establish a ceasefire in Gaza, and to reach a diplomatic solution on the border with Lebanon that would allow civilians to return to their homes. And there's going to be more on that here in just a second. We just heard today, a couple hours ago, from Nasrallah saying that that is not going to happen. Austin emphasized to Gallant that the U.S. supports Israel in the face of the threat of Iran and Hezbollah, and is committed to continuing to deter them, the Pentagon has said. Now, a source with knowledge on the issue said that the decision to postpone Austin's trip was a combination of the tensions in the region and the scheduling issues of some of the leaders in the region. Pentagon spokesperson General Pat Ryder on Thursday said there are no trips to announce at this time. So they are saying the United States is canceling trips to the area. They are saying that they are prepared for things to escalate into war as a result of what we saw unfold. Now, let me go ahead and share with you what is coming out just a couple hours ago from the leader of Hezbollah, and they are saying this is a declaration of war. This is also linked in the description below. This article coming out just a little while ago from The Hill in the past roughly 3 hours. If you appreciate the update, do me a favor. Just a second, we've got 2,144 people live with me in the room. Please hit that like button. Just takes a second, spreads this out so more people can get this breaking news information, as we are hearing that there could be war coming here very soon. And like I said, this is not one-sided. This is not a threat just coming from Hezbollah that might be empty. We are hearing just coming out a little while ago, IDF chief, Israel has approved battle plans for the Northern Front for this all-out war. So this could be escalating here very soon, you guys. Now, listen to this. Hezbollah leader says Israel's pager attack amounted to declaration of war. Kyle Brown, thank you for the $10 super chat. Who are we going to war with? We need to back Israel. The cost of whoever stands with Israel. Israel will have the Lord's hand of protection because Israel is God's land and people. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Kyle. And it looks like the United States will be backing Israel. And we are hearing that the war declaration is Hezbollah. I'm going to share it with you right now. This is linked in the description below. Now, the article says that Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah said Thursday, today, that Israel's deadly pager attack and handheld radio attack that targeted his fighters across Lebanon amounted to an official declaration of war, calling it a major aggression against his people. In a highly anticipated speech, Nasrallah said this week's attacks were a genocide and a war crime against Lebanon, in addition to a declaration of war. Daniel Raddick, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says World War III. Somebody else that is saying World War III is upon us if it is not already here. You can call it anything, he said, and it deserves to be called anything, he said, adding later that some people might go further and say that this was an introduction, and hours later, there will be a large-scale, major military operation. This is up for debate. Now, as Nasrallah was speaking, Israeli jet fighters struck southern Lebanon in a new strike, the Israeli military said in a statement. So I actually have heard reports on this already. They said that today, while he was making these statements, jet fighters from Israel were flying over and striking Israel, crippling Hezbollah with these attacks, ending the lives of many of them, causing blindness, causing them to lose limbs, lose body parts. And they're saying they've also lost their communications and now striking them while their communications are down and while they're injured. They are saying they're going in to knock out Hezbollah. This happening literally today, you guys, this article coming out just a couple hours ago. Now, Israel has not publicly commented on the pager or the handheld radio explosions that ended the lives of 30 people and wounded thousands of others on Tuesday and Wednesday in Lebanon. but reports indicate that Israel's officials, they were behind the attacks. Hezbollah, which has been using low-tech devices like pagers to avoid Israeli surveillance and tracking, suffered one of its most serious security blows in a round of explosions that burned up homes, cars, buildings across Lebanon. It pointed to Israel's penetration of a supply chain for the devices, which appeared to be laced with explosives and activated remotely. Nasrallah on Thursday, today, said that Hezbollah received a heavy and painful blow from the targeted attacks this week, but blamed it on superior technology and intelligence from Israel because it has the backing of the United States and the Western Security Alliance of NATO. So here we see Hezbollah pointing the finger at the United States and also at NATO. So again, make no mistake, these Middle East conflicts where they are blaming Israel, the United States is right there beside them. They are saying that this is the fault of the United States and the NATO for supporting Israel. His name is Yahas. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says ancient Hebrew first language, Tower of Babel, all other languages, Messiah's name, ANC Hebrew, Yeshua, Judgment Day week, call on Yeshua for no rapture for your family. The end is here, he said. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Patriot Rob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Our leaders need to be like you. Know what y'all do, what you want to do, but we're out not getting no more money, no more weapons for us. We're out, says Patriot Rob. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for those comments, you guys. I will continue to keep you up to date. Now, let me go ahead and continue reading here with the response from Hezbollah. And again, this is not one-sided. Israel, just a little while ago, I'm not really sure because they of the time difference. It might have been just breaking news right now saying that they are approving the plans for an official attack and war with Lebanon. Now, also, let's continue reading. It says that again, Nasrallah on Thursday today, he said that the Hezbollah received a heavy and painful blow from the targeted attacks this week and blamed it on superior technology and intelligence from Israel because of their backing from the United States and the Western Security Alliances of NATO. There is no doubt that we were subject to a big strike, security-wise and human-wise, and unprecedented in the history of the resistance in Lebanon, he said. It might also be unprecedented in the world. And without a doubt, I have heard it said by several people that what unfolded was an unprecedented attack against them. We've never seen anything like this, having electronic devices literally exploding, ending the lives of people. A lot of people questioning, what about our cell phones? What are the potential attacks that could come? And I actually share with you that U.S. lawmakers that same day came out and said, we need to secure our own devices. We get a lot of our stuff from China and other nations. How do we not know that this is a potential attack that could unfold here in the U.S. after we've received all these warnings of cyber attacks against the United States? So this is taken heightened concern. We're at a new level of concern right now with what has unfolded. Kyle Brown, thank you for the $10 super chat, says no man or weapon will take out Israel. That will not happen. That is the chosen land, and that is the Lord's place, the mount. May the Lord bless all who stand with them. Thanks again, Steve. You are very welcome, and thank you for that $10 super chat, Kyle. I appreciate your words. Let's continue reading. Nasrallah said officials are investigating the radio and pager explosions. Israel and Hezbollah have been exchanging cross-border fire for nearly a year in a conflict tied to the ongoing war in Gaza. But the fighting in Israel's north and Lebanon's south has evolved into a diplomatic crisis of its own, with Israel officials pledging to potentially directly fight with Hezbollah. So let me read that for you again. Israel officials are pledging to potentially directly fight with Hezbollah to return some 80,000 displaced residents if a solution is not reached soon. Hezbollah has vowed not to stop its attacks while Israelis war against Palestinian militant groups Hamas rage in Gaza, even as the Lebanese militant group has suffered from multiple attacks from Israel, losing hundreds of fighters, top officials, including its top commander, Fahoud Shakur, in July. Nasrallah said on Thursday today that the resistance in Lebanon will not stop supporting and standing with the people of Gaza in the Western Bank, even after the pager and radio explosions. The aim behind this attack, the framework within which this attack took place, and the aim behind it on Tuesday and Wednesday was to separate between the two fronts, he said, but Lebanon's front will not stop before an end to the aggression of Gaza. So they are saying they are not slowing down. And again, they are accusing Israel. This, they're saying, is almost an all-out declaration of war. They're saying that prepare for things to escalate. And like I said, Israel saying, we have approved plans for war. We are ready to take this against Lebanon. Now, Israel set a war objective this week to return its residents to the north, spurring fears that a potential invasion of Lebanon is imminent. So Israel is saying, we're going to get them back in there. We're going to push through regardless of what they say. So neither side is backing down, and Israel is preparing right now. As I mentioned, this has been approved. This all coming out today. This is not old news. This is all happening right now, September the 19th, these updates. Nasrallah vowed that Israel won't be able to return the inhabitants. So Israel vowing that they are going to push into Lebanon, take over, and allow residents to go back into their homes in that area. Nasrallah, Hezbollah, saying, you will not, we vow that you will not be able to return, and said that if they come into Lebanon, that troops will meet an abyss of hell from Hezbollah fighters. The only way is to put an end to your aggression, he said. Otherwise, nothing, neither military escalation, nor loss of life, nor assassinations, nor all-out full-scale war can return these inhabitants to their borders, said Nasrallah in his statement today when he addressed the unfolding attacks regarding those pagers. So they are saying, man, they are not backing down. They are just more aggressive in their statements. So listen, once again, this is what Nasrallah said today. While he was saying this, Israeli jet planes flying over southern Lebanon, they said they could actually see and hear the jets while he was speaking. The only way is to put an end to your aggression. That's what Nasrallah said to Israel. Otherwise, nothing. No, neither military escalation, nor loss of life, nor assassinations, nor full-scale war will allow you to return these inhabitants to the border. So they are not backing down, you guys. Things are escalating. They are saying that this is the concern of the United States. Like I said, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was supposed to fly out to Israel this weekend, postponed, canceled. They said, nope, we're not doing it because right now we have Nasrallah saying that this is a declaration of war. And in addition to that, linked in the description below as well. And like I said, this is pretty breaking news. There's only 2 lines here on this. Let me read this for you. This just coming out from the Times of Israel. So I'm pulling these from foreign news media outlets coming in with the breaking news. Live update. Israel chief has now approved plans for the Northern Front. IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Hezri Havlavi held an assessment and has approved battle plans for the Northern Front a short while ago today, the military has said. The statement comes amid soaring tensions with the Hezbollah terror group in Lebanon. That is all the information we have, you guys, but that is enough. Israel has approved attack plans to escalate this war. This coming out again, September the 19th, 2024. This is linked in the description below, and if you take a look, you'll see what I'm seeing. 2 lines. That's it. This is just 2 sentences that they have approved the plans for battle and attacks to escalate this, and we're hearing all-out war. So you guys, what we could be seeing here in the next couple of days is an escalation to all-out war. Some people saying World War III. I still see people putting 3s in the comments that we've already entered into World War III, or it is upon us with the conflicts that are unfolding. And that these have been the warnings, is to slow down the United States trying to say, hey, let's come to some sort of diplomatic resolution so that way we don't go into all-out regional conflict in the area. But no, it is the opposite. Things are speeding up and intensifying right now in the Middle East, and it is just growing. Wow. Okay. So I see Hassal has said that CNN now has it too. Yeah. So like I said, this was coming out in the live feeds. I'm getting this from the Times of Israel. Also, The Hill was reporting on what Nasrallah was saying, but the Times of Israel is the one that gave the breaking live news update that Israel had approved the battle plans. And also this coming out from Axios 2 hours ago when I went live. We've been live now for 20 minutes. Now it says 3 hours ago, where the United States said, okay, yes, we are very concerned with what's unfolding today, September the 19th. We are stopping the trips. that are going to the Middle East because we believe that war could be unfolding here. And what I'm seeing from these foreign news media outlets and what is coming out right now is that it looks like this pager event that hit Hezbollah has escalated things significantly. So we could be seeing here very soon this escalating into all-out war between Israel and Lebanon or Hezbollah. And also, are we going to be seeing Iran pulled into this, as they are the financial backing for all of these proxy groups that are coming for Hezbollah, for Hamas, for the Houthis? We will see, you guys, but this is definitely a major escalation that is unfolding here, to the point that the United States has said, we are halting our trips over to the Middle East. Stop. We need to assess what's going on, because it might just be unfolding right now into a major regional war, all-out conflict, and many are saying the beginning of World War III. So we will see. I will keep you up to speed on everything. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got 2,600 people live with me in the room. Please take a second, hit that like button. Literally just need 3 more likes to get 1,400 likes while we're live. All it does is help spread this out further, so that way more people can get the breaking news update as it is coming out. Also, hit subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything, so that way you know exactly what is going on. And as always, I try to hold myself accountable to my community. I cite all my sources like it's a book report. Link it in the description below, so that way you can click it, go read it for yourself. As these updates have been coming out today, September the 19th, 2024, in just the past couple of hours, as we are hearing that this is escalating. There's approval for battle and war with Israel and Lebanon. And we are hearing that Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, is saying that this is a declaration of war, what has unfolded with Israel against Hezbollah. And to the point that the United States is concerned, saying we are postponing our trips to the Middle East. This just coming out today, 3 hours ago. Trips postponed as a result of what has unfolded, because we are concerned that this is going to escalate, and we do not want to be over there right now. The Biden administration says they're highly concerned that the fighting of Israel and the Lebanese border is escalating into all-out war with Israel and Hezbollah. And like I said, they are pointing the finger, Hezbollah pointing the finger at the United States, saying you are responsible for the escalations as well. So a lot of people wondering, well, what does this have to do with the United States? Has everything to do with the United States. We are allies with Israel. Israel goes to war. The United States is going to be right there beside them. And there's been a lot of attacks. There's been back and forth, them trying to get retaliation, get their hostages back for what unfolded. But this, they're saying, could go into all-out war. And that would pull the United States in for sure. Dan Lutzka, thank you for the $10 super chat. People are telling me, meaning friends and family, that no way World War III would happen. Who do I listen to? Honestly, well, Dan, I sure hope not. I've heard it said that, what was it? Albert Einstein said, I don't know how World War III will be fought, but I know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. But man, just right now, the way things are going, I mean, who knows? Either way, I will keep you up to date. But a lot of people saying that this is the beginnings. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing, similar to how other world wars had started, as nations begin to pick sides. Right now, we're seeing China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, all of these different nations actually coordinating, working together. We're hearing that just back in March, the Biden administration said that they changed their nuclear strategies because they're concerned about the other nations not being able to take over the United States or pass us in our power or economy. We're concerned right now. This is what they said regarding the Biden administration's decision back in March of 2024 of these other nations uniting, nations coming together to take down the United States. And they're saying this is literally the beginnings of nations coming against nations, teaming up. You've got the East versus the West, the United States, NATO, Israel, Europe, against Russia, China, North Korea, the Middle East, a lot of these other nations, Iran, them coming together, two sides warring against each other. They're saying this is literally the definition of the beginnings of a World War III. But we will see, because we are hoping that things do not escalate to this point. But what I'm sharing with you today is we are seeing another element, another front where things are not slowing down. they are speeding up. Things are intensifying in the Middle East right now, and we're hearing that this could be an actual declaration of war in the eyes of Hezbollah. But like I said, I hope not. I hope that I'll be able to report to you that things died down, that there will be some form of peace. But regardless, I will keep you up to date. And like I said, these are linked in the description. So this is not my opinion as to what's happening. This is not my thoughts on this. I am reading directly from the articles, the news reports. I've got one from Axios, one from Hill, and one from the Times of Israel, as I'm actually pulling foreign news outlets in as well to give you real-time updates. This is what the news reports are saying. So, you know, it's you go ahead and decide for yourself your thoughts. Take the information that I'm giving, and then you can decide, are we on the brink of World War III or no? You know, some people might think no, things will de-escalate. Some people might think yes, things are going to escalate. I'm just sharing with you the information so that way you can decide for yourself. Dan says, have you seen on YouTube the simulation news of World War III? It's really telling. Thank you for another $10 super chat, Dan. And yes, I actually did one on my channel. You can check it out. It was a video clip, and I shared with you all of the stuff that would unfold if there was nuclear war that happened as a result of World War III. And of course, as I'm sure many of you know, the nuclear powers in the world, the number one nuclear power is Russia. The number two is the United States. All the rest are way far behind. I can't remember how many nuclear warheads it is that the United States and Russia have, but we're not too far away. We're up in the thousands. I think we are the only nations on Earth that are up in the thousands. After that, you've got a couple of others that have like a handful, hundreds. So the simulations that you see, they are always Russia and the United States, and you just see tons of nuclear missiles just going across the Earth, and they show the simulations of what unfolds. It is absolutely incredible. And they say that, you know, if you are not vaporized in an attack, you're going to wish you were, because the nuclear fallout afterwards, the winter, the radiation, what's going to happen, the sun, they said, will be blotted out for, I forget for how long. There will be radio waves, nuclear winter, the temperatures will freeze around the world. A lot of the food won't be able to grow. Areas that are hit, the radiation will turn the streets, the asphalt, into magma, lava. It's incredible what will happen. So yeah, they said that nobody wins in this scenario, and the time that will be needed for the Earth to recover. I want to say, I can't remember. This might be too short of a time, but I think it was something like you're going to need to figure out how to survive for 10 years for things to die down and things to start to get back to regular temperatures and stuff if there was an all-out nuclear war. Nicholas, thank you for the $5 super chat. Gary, thank you for the $5 super chat as well. I appreciate that. Like I said, I will keep you guys up to speed. I see Amnon saying positive vibes. Yeah, sorry for the doom and gloom. If you want to go see it in detail, I covered it in a video. Go to my video section on my channel. Hit the most popular, and I think it's one of them up there. You can see nuclear. I think it was when Biden announced that they had a more powerful nuclear bomb that had come out. He was trying to flex the latest U.S. technology in nuclear weapons. But I don't think that flex really does anything, because honestly, Russia is still the number one in nuclear power. But check it out. That's where I've got the simulation. You can see everything that unfolds. But like I said, here on the channel, don't be scared. Be prepared. Realize what's going on. Don't stick your head in the sand. Let's be aware of what's taking place. Let's prepare ourselves, our families, you know, and in cases like that, just, you know, you might want to just make sure that you are in a good place with your creator, with God. I've had a lot of people mention to me like, hey, you know, the Lord, I'm a praying individual. I don't have fear. God hasn't given me a spirit of fear, but I am aware of what's going on, and that is okay. Pray for our world. And I agree with that. His name is Yahas, says $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Judgment Day this week. Sources reveal Revelations 20 and 8, 18, 13 Bible, Matthew. Thank you for the scriptures. Israel is the fig tree. Third Testament book of Enoch, prophecy. Yashashua, not Jesus, says his name is Yashua. Thank you for that. I appreciate the super chat. I personally believe in Jesus, but I just want to share with you guys the latest updates. This is not to get into religious debates or anything, But I think that if you're a praying individual, definitely pray for our world right now. So, Julie, thank you for the $5 super chat. So, would nuclear war destroy us all? Julie, what the reports say is that pretty close to over 90% of us will not survive. I forget what the time frame is. It's very likely a few people might make it, and then they'd have to get things back on track. But can you imagine how devastating the world would be? And like I said, they estimate roughly, I think it's like 10 years before things would get back to the way that they needed to be prior to all-out nuclear fallout. Rolinda Sowell, thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that a ton. I see Dorian saying Jesus is real and alive. 3 Asfura said the few that make it will likely be living off the grid. Yep, it's probably going to be people in fallout shelters that will have lots of supplies to last them for decades to be able to make it through. When was the declaration, says Yami? This news coming out today, Yami, just the past couple hours. Actually, the information that we're receiving about Israel approving the battle plans for all-out attacks and regional war, man, it says it doesn't give me the time, but I think that it just came out a little while ago because it's just saying live updates coming directly from Israel. Dave, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that a ton. And this one coming out from the Hill regarding Hezbollah's leader, Nasrallah, saying that Israel pager attack amounts to a declaration of war. This one just coming out in the past, it looks like 3.5 hours now. And then this one coming out from Axios. Axios is updating the page, says 3 hours ago, the United States says that they are very concerned with what is going on, that all-out war could be unfolding in the Middle East between Israel and Lebanon. And as a result, they are postponing their trips to the Middle East. So like I said, though, you guys, I will continue to keep you up to date here on the channel. This is the latest. Do me a favor, hit the like button. 50 more likes. We'll have 2,000 likes while we are live with the latest news. And yes, I see Yami saying Hezbollah leader calls Israeli pager attack a declaration of war. Yes, that is exactly what I'm reading from. You got it. These are linked in the description. That one is coming out from the Hill. So if you appreciate the updates, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. I will keep you guys up to date. I'm suspecting that we will be hearing more about this, if not in the coming hours, in the coming days, and seeing where we go from here. I personally, let me know your thoughts, do not think Israel is going to back off now. Israel has just crippled Hezbollah. All of the pagers that are being held by Hezbollah leaders, Hezbollah soldiers, exploding, directly attacking Hezbollah. We've seen them just crippled, absolutely embarrassed, destroyed. Now we're hearing that they are saying, Hezbollah saying this is a declaration of war. The United States saying, hey, we need to stop because this is going to escalate. And Israel approving attack plans. I suspect that this is not the time, if you're in the middle of war, to hit the brakes. Israel's probably going to hit the gas. That would be my guess, is that we're going to see an escalation. Now that they are crippled, they're confused, their communications are down. This is the perfect time for Israel to move forward and hit them hard. Let me know your thoughts. If you think that Israel is about to escalate things and hit them because they have them down, put a 1. If you think no, that we're going to see things kind of subside and slow down, maybe they're going to try to take a diplomatic approach, put 2. But in my personal opinion, this is just opinion, I don't have any articles on this, from what we have seen unfold, Israel has said that they are sick of these proxy groups coming in and attacking their people for years and years and years, over and over and over. They said that is it. That is why they've gone for Hamas. They are hitting the Houthis. They are hitting Hezbollah. And now they're saying they're focusing on the north. And they have just did the unprecedented cyber attack on their devices, something the likes of which we have never seen. They have just crippled them. They have them where they want them. I do not suspect that Israel is about to back down right now. I think they're going to push forward. I think they're going to hit them and hit them hard. And literally, I think just in the past hour, Israel approving battle plans for war and attack in Lebanon. I think they are full speed ahead. I think we are about to see some major escalations in the Middle East like we have not seen before. And I think that Lebanon better be ready, and Hezbollah, if they can denounce their Hezbollah, I think that they should, because I think that Israel is coming in and they are going to make heads roll. I think that is their plan. I don't think there is any back down plan. I think like how we had seen with Iran, we are still waiting for Iran's response from from one of their leaders being hit. And I think that they're not ready for that. We literally heard the president of Iran say, we do not want to get into conflict with Israel because we cannot sustain, our economy cannot handle it. Israel is like, we are ready to go. Now is the time. So I don't know. We will see. But my guess would be that we're going to see them push forward. Again, if you think that they're going to push forward, put a 1. If you think, no, I don't think so, put a 2. All I see are 1s. And also, I think just what we have seen with Israel, we have heard no rhetoric of them slowing down. We've only heard them talking about how they've tried to reach agreements with Hamas to release the hostages, that they refuse. And they are saying, if you want to end this war, release the hostages. Hamas saying no. Hezbollah in these statements today saying that they will stand with Hamas. Hezbollah saying that they're not backing down. So, man, I don't know. We will see. But it seems like things are intensifying. So, like I said, I'm going to keep you guys up to speed on this because we're hearing that this is an all-out declaration of war from Nasrallah. He is saying this. Israel saying we approve to move forward. And we're also hearing that the United States is acknowledging this, saying, hey, we're actually postponing our trips that we were going to do this weekend. We're going to go to the Middle East. Stop it. Stop them. Because right now, war is about to break out. And I see Sandra saying never again is now with the Israeli flags. That is what we're hearing right now from Israel. Madison, thank you for the $5 super chat. She says lots going on with those prayer hands. And yes, don't forget, pray for our nation, pray for our world, pray for the Middle East, pray for Israel, pray for the hostages, pray that things don't escalate because we're hearing that all-out war is just right around the corner right now. We're on the verge of all-out war with everything that is unfolding. Now, like I said, these articles linked in the description below for you so that way you can check them out for yourself. And we will see what happens here. Now, do me a favor, 3 more likes. Oh, there it is. 2,200 likes while we're live. 2,800 people live with me in the room. I will keep you guys up to speed on everything so you know exactly what is going on as things are intensifying just in the past couple of hours today, you guys. William is saying that Bible prophecy is happening right now. Please get your life right with God. Luis giving the thumbs up. Buff Kid saying hit that like button. Man, and I see El Cid Garcia saying on to victory with a finger pointing up to the sky. And HMBI saying something that we've all been hearing, and that is that war has already started. They have already been at war. A lot of people saying we are already there, you guys. Now, like I said, we will see. I will keep you up to speed on everything so you know exactly what is going on as we're hearing. These have been approved. Things are escalating. We will see where it goes from here. Mary B saying, God bless you, Steve, and chat. God bless everybody. Pray for our world. Pray for our nation. These articles linked in the description below. I'll keep you up to speed on everything, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, you guys. God bless. This is Steve.